And that's it. Here we are again. And good day, everyone. Welcome to New York by Night. And this time we go to the Ottendorfer Library, where Rose, the really Bruja fledgling, is sitting after she has met with a certain demon, Mr. Josh Rain, and had an interesting conversation with him and the ghost of Dr. Softly. She's now sitting there thinking about some of the stuff that Dr. Softly said, and she has already sent out word to the Seneschal, Mr. Silas, but she had not yet received any response. She was thinking about how to actually reach Elena, how to find out about her, and as with her oracular ability sometimes happens, she just saw a vision of a cave that she actually recognized. It's the cave where she once met with Paragos and actually defeated him for the first time. She is not quite sure how to get a message across, but she instead will decide, no, let's see if she's home, let's see if she's around. So she goes outside dressed in a leather costume and a helmet that Frank Green gave her earlier. She has her obfuscate on and she's walking, taking some kind of public transport, going towards the cave that formerly belonged to Paragos. She walks in, still obfuscated, looking around to see if she actually sees Elena, if she sees any tracks or traces that would lead her to Elena.
Yeah, there are a few tracks along the line. You can probably discern some with a bit of tracking, but Elena's in the cave. She's just woken up, bit groggy still. As you come around the bend where the cave mouth opens, there's the squawking of seagulls, and Elena seems to react to this almost like like one would react to an alarm going off in the middle of the night. It sort of blinks a couple of times, wakes up, rubs the sleep from her eyes, and gets up from the bare rug that she's sleeping on, looking around. And she'll spot you, saying, "Hey, good morning."
Hi. How are you?
Fine. How did you know about this place? Frank said I'd be safe here. Mind you, we are friends, and
Don't worry.
this is still creepy, Rose.
I can understand. No, how do I explain this? Difficult. Never mind. Just not conventional ways. It's not like everybody will find out. Don't worry. If you want to, I could even make it harder for people to find out. I think.
What would that cost me?
I don't know. To be honest, you know what? Never mind about that for now. We can look in that later. Have you had any contact with Mr. Green lately?
We had story time at the beach at one time. We learnt about my lineage and then that's our squirrel. And then that's
I see.
well,
How long ago?
I'm just gonna perception empathy you.
Okay.
And why we start the night. Go on. Good morning. Is love my perception checks for everyone? No? No fucking idea. Okay. No, a couple of nights ago.
I see.
Last night I was just out on the bush, just joking with raccoons. It's a lot eating.
Okay. Elena, I need to tell you something. I'm not sure how you react, but
What's going on, Rose?
oh God, how am I gonna explain this? Right, last night, I think. I'm not exactly sure. She just looks into a general direction. Was it last night? Yeah, okay. Um, Mr. Green was together with my sire and some other guy that I have not met before, and certain Mr. DuPont.
DuPont. Oh, I hope this shit didn't confront him.
Well, um,
He did.
bad things happened.
What happened?
Mr. DuPont attacked them. He killed Dr. Softly and the other one, Mr. Suleiman, though I have never met him. And apparently, according to Dr. Softly, he took Mr. Green.
Oh, you know what's happening. I'm sorry, but you know what's happening
That's
right now.
fine. Yeah. I expected it.
So I suppose that is a self-control. For a moment, Elena's just walking, just sort of puts her hands at her sides and walks away. There's a few obvious breaths that she's taking. It's like she's going back to her anger management classes. She just closes her eyes and just breathes. But the breathing doesn't help like it did when you're human. And then that's all just too much. But she's going to try to hold her shit together. And she does not. She does not hold her shit together at all. And I'll be lucky if I don't get a fucking animal feature out of this. Damn you, fag! Her hands unclenched. And she just sort of scratches at her head for a moment. So hard that it actually draws blood. And as her hand comes away, her sunnies and her glasses come away, her eyes are blazing red coals as she just fixates an eye on your rose. Seeing no other valid target, she's just gonna rush you. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. It's fine.
Oh dear. You can feel free to stop me anytime. So I'm just going to take some floor.
Well,
Which
I
is
could
at
stop
least
you,
not
but I'll allow you the first attack. I mean, she has kind of been expecting this, so yeah. I mean, she had a similar reaction to her Bruja clanmates, so she is kind of expecting this, but she let you take the first. Let's just say she's
don't
too
worry. I
fast.
can only roll on dex because I don't actually have any brawl. I'm a firearms girl. Oh, one success. There you go. So lucky I cannot use a shotgun while I'm frenzied.
That's to attack, right?
Yeah.
Oh well.
There we go. It's my strength. So here's some bashing damage for you.
Oh dear.
No bashing damage. Pretty much what just happened is that Eleanor just sort of rushed at you and then did the whole slappy thing, and you just sort of took a step out of the way and went, try again.
Right. Okay. Well, Rose just steps out of the way, and like I said, she has been expecting this. She goes to try and calm the little Missy down a little bit by giving her a very interesting riddle to ponder. Let's see, what was your willpower? 6, right?
Mm.
Well, she only has 1 success, which means you can roll wits occults, but you need 3 successes.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Because I have no occult and my wits is 2. I'm very fresh. Alright, so Rose turns out of the purported attack, which really was just more of a flailing in her general direction, spouts a little riddle in Elena's face just as she turns, her fangs bared, and all of a sudden the light just goes out of Elena's eyes. She's still got her glowing eyes, but she just doesn't look so furious anymore. As a matter of fact, a puzzled look just goes over her face, and from the crouch that she was in, ready to attack again, she just sort of rolls backwards and plonks onto her bum in the sand, and then just sort of goes, huh. What? Hmm. And just sits there completely obedient like a cat waiting for its treat.
Well, as Elena sits there, Rose will give her a good half hour. That way she will be sure that Elena is cooled down. She will, during that half hour, she'll just walk around through the cave. I mean, she's been there once, but she's never really seen it properly, as that ended into a fight. And she walks out and just walks around the beach for a little while. Then, after a half an hour has passed, she comes back, just walks up towards Elena. Oh, shit, I hate being the bringer of bad news. And she then just whispers the answer in Elena's ear, and thereby breaking the riddle fantastique.
Elena just blinks a couple of times, like she's been staring straight ahead. Her eyes have almost begun watering in that sort of a horrible vampire bloody type fashion. She just has been staring straight ahead like a shell shock victim. And just sort of blinks and shakes it off like a dog would shake off water from its goes, whoa, what did you do to my mind?
Feeling better?
No, Frank's gone, Dr. Softly's dead. What?
I know.
Oh, stand up, get up, and find her glasses again, put them on. But you said that. I'm sorry, I'm still thinking, why is a raven like a writing desk? But you said you spoke softly, and where's Frank? And what do we do now?
Yeah,
Who's
that's...
gonna look after me?
It's a good question. I did... You did understand me correctly. I did speak to Dr. Softly, as I have the weird capability of speaking to people who passed on, if they stay in this world, that is. Ghosts, spirits, call it whatever you want. It's a little weird, but in this case, it's quite handy. He told me this story, and he told me that DuPont might be going after you, so he asked me if I could help you and protect you.
Oh, what does he gain? He did jump me outside the public library. But I thought... Explain the traditions to me, and I should have just gone with my first instinct about that man. Shit, Rose. Shit.
Speak about
I should have just
traditions.
gone the other.
There seems to be a seventh. If you can get away with it, none of the other traditions count.
I'm sorry. I didn't quite understand that.
Seventh tradition is never get caught.
Right.
It's not a real tradition. It's a joke amongst some of our kind.
Okay.
But it says enough.
DuPont. Dear me.
Why
So
is
what's
he
the
after
next
you?
move? I don't know. I think initially he just did it to get at Frank. It's the only thing I can think of. I keep thinking about this. Do you ever read about Cicero?
I have, but it's a while ago.
Cicero won one case in the Roman Senate, And then he gave up politics. Well, not politics, but he gave up being a lawyer. And in that case, it seemed a clear-cut case of murder, and he was arguing the defense of the accused. And with one simple statement turned the tide on the entire argument. That statement, que bono, who benefits? And I thought initially DuPont benefited by poking at me, that he would get something over Frank. The second time I met him, he seemed genuine. Still tried to fuck him in my head, but he seemed genuine. And I let my guard down. Shit, I should have told. I didn't even tell Frank. Started He started spurting shit about, I suppose, your version of Voldemort.
Right. I don't think I know about... Is that a kindred?
Frank told me never to say the name again, so I substituted with Voldemort. Have you not read J.K. Rowling?
No.
No, okay. Whatever, he starts telling me about Kane. And then then I ask Frank about it, and Frank tells me that it's like something that we don't talk about. So it's obviously not what our society is known for, or not accepted within our society.
It's kind of like one of those secrets that we all know, but no one really talks about.
So DuPont's a cultist.
But yeah, what to do now? It's a good question. I don't know. I suppose it would help if we would actually... I was hoping to get more information. Maybe you would know something, especially since it appears that DuPont was interested in you. Maybe he dropped something where he might be, or like that.
I have no idea. I have no idea. He offered me a ride in his car, but I didn't accept it. Don't want him knowing where I live. I don't know. I don't know whether this will work. And Elena just sort of gets that spark of an idea in her head and then heads out to the beachfront. Just completely walks past you. And we'll just call some seagulls. Oh crap, it's my animalism again. Christ, you'd think I'd remember what to roll for animalism by now. Alright, we're gonna call some seagulls.
Rose is just walking a little bit behind you. Just following, making sure you don't do anything foolish.
Oh, I'm probably gonna do something foolish. Alright, we're gonna call a couple of seagulls. And Elena just sort of grabs one that's sitting on her hand quite placidly until it just starts stroking its head and giving it a bit of a head scratch. And, does the little happy seagull face. And just whispers into its ear. Remember Frank?
And then we lost her. Seems like birds really are dangerous. Let's wait a little bit, see if she comes back. Hey, I can see you again. Nope, unfortunately. Okay, well, it looks like this will be it for now, as we have some internet connection troubles. We will cut the scene with Elena standing on the beach, summoning seagulls to try and look for Frank, also a few albatrosses. She will search for both signs of Mr. Frank Green and Mr. Jonathan DuPont. Rose is waiting at a safe distance because she knows that the animals don't react very kindly to her. After that, the two of them will head towards the library where they will continue their conversation about their sires and at this point the absence of at least any physical representation of their sires and what they will do next. Well, thank you everybody for watching. Terribly sorry for the inconvenience and good night.